Well, sorry this one's coming out a little bit late, but I had a lot to do today. Regular day, boring IRL stuff. Had to catch up after getting back from Gen Con. And my absolute favorite meme coming out of all of this is how many crazy Magic players are out there. How many people are willing to publicly out themselves as supporters of violence for people whom they don't agree with. Hot takes from people who are fully okay with a cowardly attack on me. And by the way, can we just chill out? Like, I'm fucking fine. I got a little scratch right here. I'm recovering fine. It's a bruise from where my shirt was kind of, but like this whole, this woke warrior totally kicked his ass. Clearly, I'm fine. I'll be totally fine. I'm going to continue to make my videos, and it hasn't changed my opinion at all. In fact, all this culture warrior did was give me a megaphone. But what some of the most disgusting behavior is what I'm seeing out of people who are celebrating it. Fellow Magic players. I don't care what your beliefs are, okay? I would never, as much as I meme on the professor or Wedge, I would never support any violence happening to them. I wouldn't support any violence happening to Anita Sarkeesian or any of these other people I strongly disagree with. Would never, ever support it. When you use violence in your argument, you've lost. And I want to encourage people, if they're out there and they feel like caping for me, you don't need to. Because anybody who outs themselves as somebody who thinks this attack was justified or cool isn't worth your time. They're not arguing in good faith. Because all you need to do is say, well, how would you like it if it happened to Gabby Sparts? Or would that be different? What if it happened to Wedge? Would that be different? Certainly there are thousands of people that disagree with Wedge and Gabby and the professor. So is it okay if somebody were to walk up to them and assault them? No, it isn't. It's not okay that it happened to me. It's not okay if it were to happen to them. If you see somebody advocating this, I would recommend cutting them out of your time. Don't waste time with them because they aren't arguing in good faith. Here's just a few fun ones that some people farmed up. Here's Brandon Dalloway saying, Lamau, whoever started punching the unsleeved media guy at Gen Con, I applaud you. Well, considering he may be the most toxic piece of trash to ever exist in Magic, I'll approve the punching the Nazi this time. Oh, by the way, as I've said before, I support gay marriage. I support trans rights. I voted for Obama. I like smoking weed. I think weed should be illegal. Tell me when I get to a alt-right Nazi type argument and we can maybe have a conversation, but I'm not entertaining that either. You can look at... I completely agree. However, he's done it over and over again. I'm going to get a good laugh out of it. This is the same person. Secretly hoping there's a video of it. Me too, because it's going to be really helpful in my court case against my attacker. Can't wait to see him whine in 3 days on a 15-minute video. Well, Pierre Philip, I sure hope I don't let you down. I mean, we have all sorts of things. Now, the professor put out a milquetoast disavow. I support his message. Now, he could have skipped the whole part right up here, right? Saying, I believe that he's an absolute asshole. For years, he made countless videos attacking me. No. What happened to me was an attack. What happened to you is somebody disagreeing with you online. However, he didn't have to say anything, and he did. The second part of his statement is the important one. It is outrageous and offensive that he was physically assaulted in a recent convention. It is not justice or remotely understandable. It is wrong. I agree. And here we have, while I don't condone violence, things he's done to try and ruin others is much, much worse than getting punched. Hard to judge anyone for it. Are you talking about Christine Sprankle? You might be interested to know that Christine was one of the very first people to reach out to me. Okay, so if you're caping for her, I don't think she would agree with you. And then you have the Booze Cube, another well-known popular person. I met this person in Grand Prix Minneapolis, was fine at the time to my face, often as cowards are. Can anyone acknowledge that it was wrong to actually punch him, but still relish in the sweet schadenfreude of that punch? And 100 favorites. Wow. So I sure hope nobody punches you, Mr. Booze Cube, and we all know who you are, right? You know, it's pretty sad. And here's Matthew, really sad that it makes me a martyr. The problem lies in being assaulted makes him a martyr, in a sense. No matter how satisfying it may feel to punch someone in their beliefs, instigating violence always makes your argument look worse. Actually, no. No, I take that back. There's so many. That's a good take. That's a good take. You know, that is a good take. But here's another good take. This is why I got pushed away from the left. They resort to violence just as much as the right. It's never an excuse. Use your words. Debate. If you disagree, change their minds, not scream at them and tell them they're wrong. Exactly. You know, in my experience, I had this exact same experience. The most violent people I've known throughout the years were far leftists. I used to be friends with people who would look up right-wingers and go to their homes and beat them up. I was once a far leftist, no more. Far politics anywhere is wrong. And that's what I agree. Come to the middle, Lisa. We want you in the rational world where idiots online are celebrating. Here's Merlin equating me to Richard Spencer. By the way, what happened to Richard Spencer? Also disavow. That man deserves to rot in jail for what he did. You know, it's pathetic. You know, it's a lot of people coming out of the woodwork to celebrate violence, and it's sad. People making excuses. Well, it wasn't really at the con. It was at a bar near the convention before the con had officially started for normal attendees. Obviously full of people coming to the convention, but it didn't happen at the con. Yeah, okay. You know, it's pretty sad. It's definitely a terrible take. In fact, it looks like people are getting banned from this thread. So I enjoy that. You know, that is good. But if you see people kind of getting at saying, you know, it's sadder that we have to say it's wrong to punch people. That's a good take, right? You know, here, good on you. And the other officially sponsored creators have become political. It's tearing the game apart and fueling the actions of the radical. I still remember when your first video went viral. No politics, just reviews. It's subtext. I had to write this or else he will run even more vehemently to make videos against me because that's who he is. Again, no, I will challenge his ideas, but not the man. You know, it's sad that people will support this. Watch him spin this post into another harassment video somehow. No, I'm saying that what the professor did was beyond what he had to do. It isn't ideal, but you know, he has the right message. He has the message of, you know, look, obviously he's entitled to dislike me, and that's okay. But it's almost like people are sad that they're like, oh man, people are going to sympathize with him. Actions begets consequences, and he's done a lot of shitty things. Violence isn't the answer, but I'm honestly not surprised. He's just going to use this incident as more ammo to fuel his rantings to get people martyrdom incoming. Now, look, I would have much rather made content on the con, at the con, live stream from the con, than dealt with wasting 2 days in a $700 a night hotel dealing with police and all sorts of shit like that. And you have A tough guy's like, I was raised old school. Talk shit, get hit. He can do whatever he wants. However, he knows there are consequences in whatever shape they may come. This is where the saying, in quite literally in this case, roll with the punches. No. I wonder if this will have any long-lasting effects on Jeremy and if he will change at all. No, I will not. I'm worried he'll continue to blame others and use this assault as a way to bring in more of his, quote, white knights. Victim blame much? Look, I would have loved to just enjoy my night and enjoy the following day and enjoy not having to spend the next day coming back going to the doctor. But, you know, she was wearing a short skirt. She deserved it, right? Here's another one. Ian Coggins, loving it. This guy is a right-wing nut job who constantly attacks other people in the community and fosters and drives hatred towards those who are trying to make it a better and safe place. He deserved what he got. I don't feel bad for it happening. Can't hear you over the sound of his followers pouring Patreon money into his legal fund. Well, I don't have a Patreon, and I noticed you put, quote, legal fund. I also haven't touched that GoFundMe, and I don't intend on doing so unless they want me to sue. I disagree, Professor. Bad things happen to bad people is good. Model Omega, so they supporting violence. You know, there are hundreds of people. You know, do you have to ask yourself, does the universe not as unfold as it should? Do we believe in karma? When does a person not have to be held accountable for their actions? Again, saying things someone disagrees with on the internet is not the same thing as being violently attacked by a psychopath. It's really, really sad. You know, it's online bickering needs to say just that. I agree. Now, overall, here we go. You reap what you sow. Jason T. Translation, he deserved it. I'm not surprised, however. You cannot day and, I'm assuming night, do the things he does and says without pissing someone off to get violent. No, you can. That's called living in a civilized society. You know, it's just far left hysteria, as this person writes. You know, it's so sad. He got what relentless bullies deserve. Okay, Cat Scythe. I'm genuinely curious if there's any proof that it happened. I've seen absolutely nothing. No pictures, no videos. The only proof I've seen is coming from him. So in no way verifiable. That was 13 hours ago after I posted the police report, after I posted 4 or 5 eyewitness accounts. People still doubting it, right? It's a publicity stunt. Using the victim cards. It is really pathetic. If people around you are justifying violence against anybody, okay, I don't give a shit if they're the craziest SJW on the planet or the farthest right, an actual Nazi, even though they don't really exist. Maybe there's 3 on the planet. You don't get to get violent over political beliefs or any beliefs. When you get violent, you lose. You lose the argument. And let's see how this turns out for my attacker.